Welcome to Abundance Recoded. Today I would like to talk about something that we like to call success. It is something that is integral to our society. It's how we prove ourselves, how we view our reality, it's how we goal set, it's how we see whether we're worthy. It has a lot to do with how we feel about ourselves as well. And society teaches us that success is a race, that it's something that you achieve, that it's something that is undefinable, but yet they get us to chase it. What is success is the question today. What is success to you, and can you even define it? Because honestly, most people cannot define it. They know they're chasing it. They're looking for that feeling that they've made it, that they've had this success. But if you don't know what you're looking for, because you haven't let yourself define what success is, how do you even know you have it? How do you know you've made it, quote unquote? And just sit with that for a moment. What is success to you? Is it based on a certain dollar amount in your bank account or your investments? Or is it having a successful relationship or making it to a certain point in your job, whether it's becoming manager or a CEO? Is it having a certain revenue level in your business? Like, what is success to you? And then I'm going to let Sapphire flip the script. But right now, I just want you to focus on what is success to you. Maybe it's one word, maybe it's a whole sentence. Just ask yourself openly and honestly, what is success to you? Not based on what everyone else tells you it is, but what is success to you? Now, this world has defined success for you. It has given it a number or a goal or a approval rating or some way of proving your value through success. So that definition you just gave it, is that really your story about success? Or is it someone else's story about success? Because just like everything else in this world, you get to define what success really is to you. It doesn't have to match anyone else's expectations. It doesn't have to match anybody else's ask or desires of you. It just has to match what you want success to be. Success is actually a very easy thing, but we don't see it that way. But if you want, cancel. It's one of the many ways that the world has conditioned us so that we don't see how easy it actually is and how it's actually not something to achieve. It's a state. It's a story. And when you change that story and you realize what success really is, you realize how easy it actually is. And once you've had success, you can always have it. So right now I'm going to hand this over to Sapphire to go deeper on this topic. Hello again, welcome back. We see Tammy have started the channel around success. There's just some important questions that she had you answer for yourself. Nothing too deep, just surface level so that you can start to connect to the stories and the conditioning that you have around success. We've accepted other people's stories, specifically society stories, about what success is and looks like. Many of you think success is based on some dollar amount in the bank account, or it's based on how luxe your lifestyle is. When you've made it to the top, when you have ascended the corporate ladder, when you have made a certain revenue goal in your business, when you feel safe. These are all goals and they're great, but they have absolutely nothing to do with success. Nothing. And today we're going to change how you see success. Because the thing that you're actually chasing is fulfillment. This feeling that you have made it, that you matter, that you're enough, that you are safe. And success and fulfillment, in essence, can be riled up into the same thing, but they're not. They are streamed together in this world, but fulfillment is something much deeper. Fulfillment is knowing that you've done enough, so that strange feeling inside of you that you're not going to make it, that nothing's going to change, that you're just going to feel empty all the time, will never go away. Because fulfillment is again something else that has been lost in translation. Fulfillment is not something that happens outside of you. It is something that you feel within, which is why many of you are chasing the almighty dollar, success, freedom, peace, the luxe lifestyle, because you think that it will fill the void, that hunger inside of you that nothing seems to stick for. You have moments of relief, but the relief quickly fades as the energy of whatever that you have achieved outside of you wears away. Those things outside of you will never be enough. Every new achievement, every dollar you receive, every corporate ladder, every revenue goal, it gets lackluster quickly, doesn't it? Oh, I've made that, now I need to go for the next goal. Instead of allowing yourself to see that moment, to just be there in that moment, and allow yourself to be fulfilled with knowing that you got there and that you were successful. Successful is not something you chase. It's something that you are. But because you look for fulfillment outside of yourself, whether through food, money, abundance, love, working too hard, overgiving, undercharging, people pleasing, any way that you can fulfill that hole inside. And you may not be able to feel this, but know it is there. If you are someone who is chasing something outside of yourself, trying to achieve something outside of yourself, then you are looking for fulfillment in the wrong place. You must feel fulfilled within you first before you will feel fulfilled outside. That's why it doesn't last. That's why it's a blip. And then you move on to the next thing. Because that blip, that moment where you were fulfilled or happy, dissipates. It doesn't stay. But there is a place where it can stay. Within. What prevents you from feeling fulfillment right now, in this moment? No one gets to tell you when you feel fulfilled. It is your definition and story only. But many of you can't because you feel like you're lying to yourself. And we ask you why. Why do you feel like you're lying to yourself when you say you are fulfilled? And the reason is quite simple. Your human has been trained to look at the outside world as it's cancel. It's simple, really. Your human has been trained to look at the world as a place where fulfillment is temporary, where it is something that you continually have to chase to feed this gnawing inside that needs to be fed. And the biggest way this comes forward is in money. You live in a world now where people just want and they hoard and hoard and hoard money, which by the way is a story. No one's hoarding money. It's unlimited. It's just a story. But if they can get you to believe that they are, then they get to have it because that's the reality you will create. But that's a different story. Anyone who is constantly looking for more money, more success, at other people's expense has a fulfillment problem. It's never enough, much like an addiction. Because every time there's more of it, they get a hit of that happiness, that fulfillment, that moment of success. But then it wanes and they want more. It's woven into your society in many places. And I'm sure you can come up with a couple places where you can find that today. Not just in your life, but the life that you see on the outside. But that hunger, that need to achieve more, to do more, to chase more, to have it all, is because you don't feel fulfilled inside. If you felt fulfilled inside, you would know that you already have it all. It's only in this chasing, in this desire to not understand fulfillment, that you feel like you need more and more and more to feel that momentary hit. But if you could find fulfillment inside of yourself and know that you are already fulfilled and have been fulfilled before and always will be, that is the reality that you will create. One of fulfillment. Not in something outside of you, but knowing that you're fulfilled within. Then the money comes, the love, the freedom, the joy, because it is your natural state to be fulfilled. Now, there might be some confusion on that. We want to go deeper into that. When you are looking for fulfillment outside yourself, whether in more money, more promotions, more salary, more revenue, more pining for love and appreciation and to feel like you're enough, it comes from a place of lack, from scarcity, that there's never enough. But when you find fulfillment inside yourself and claim that you are, it comes from a place of abundance, because you know you are already fulfilled. And only the stories that you've told yourself are keeping you from it. The stories that you've accepted as true from society about fulfillment. But those are all based on lack. This idea that you have to earn it, that you have to bust your butt for it. burn yourself out, overgive, undercharge is just stories to fill the hole inside of yourself that doesn't feel fulfilled, doesn't feel worthy of fulfillment, doesn't believe they've done enough to be fulfilled. Heal that. Remember that you are fulfilled because you say you are. Remember that you were born enough, that you know enough, and own it. And if you can't own it, then find someone who can help you heal the wounds that prevent you from holding that state steady. Because the wounding inside, the triggers that you've experienced in this life or you were taught, are preventing you from feeling what is your divine birthright, to know that you are always fulfilled in every moment. And when you embody that state, your outside reflects fulfillment to you in everything. We want to be clear, there's some really deeply held wounds here. The wound of not being enough runs deep. This is why we recommend, if you've been working on this for a long time, or maybe this is the first time you've seen it, that you schedule a session with Tammy and get to the bottom of it. Your soul is waiting for you to remember that you are always fulfilled. That you always get what you want. But to get it, you have to own and embody the energy of the fulfilled state. And there, you don't have to work as hard. You don't have to hustle and grind. You don't have to overgive, people please, undercharge. You know that you are the source of fulfillment. Nothing outside of you is fulfilling anything. It's part of the story, this idea that something outside of you has that fulfillment, that will fill that hole, that hunger inside. But that's the story. It's always been inside of you, waiting for you to remember that it's always been yours. And when you start to tell yourself that story and can really hold it as true within you, whether as a feeling or as a knowing, and you can move with it, then the outside world shows you fulfillment in everything. Now, we began this with success, and we didn't veer off just because it's important. People get success and fulfillment confused. They tie them together. When really, when you embody fulfillment, you know success is who you are already. Just like fulfillment isn't something outside of yourself that you have to get, success is the same thing. But you've been taught stories about what success looks like. And then you believe it. But then you start to get confused. And you can't even define it for yourself. And something unfortunate happens. You have success, but you don't even see that you have it. And have had it. Because you don't recognize it. Because you don't own that you are successful. When you own within you that you are successful, you will see it everywhere. And you'll start to see that you've been successful so many times in your life, it can fill hundreds of books. And you might think, yeah, right. We know the stories that you have around success and how it limits you from being able to say how beautiful and wonderful you've already been. We're going to take it back. We're going to show you how much success you've actually already had, and how those moments of success and owning them will make you feel more successful than anything outside of you can. Did you learn to walk? Did you learn to crawl? Did you learn how to speak? Did you ever pass a test? Did you learn how to ride a bike? Did you learn how to write? Did you learn how to add? Did you learn how to turn on the TV? Did you learn how to take a walk? Did you learn how to smile? Did you learn how to rest? Did you learn how to make coffee in the morning? Did you learn how to make a meal, cook your own stuff? Did you learn how to drive? Did you make a revenue goal? Did you get a job? Did you ever have love, a partner? All of these things and so many more. You've had success. Because success isn't something you chase. It's something that you know you are already. And we want to actually get deeper into this, because every time you take a breath, you succeed at life. And that happens several times a minute. Every breath is success. Without breath, there's no life. Is living not success? You actually breathing and embodying a body every day, no matter what state it's in, is success. When you go to the grocery store and you get groceries, you get all the ones you plan to, success. Success doesn't have to be this grand pedestal that you have it on, that the world has told you it is. It's very simple. Success, you get up this morning and you got out of bed. Success, you fell asleep. Success, today you made yourself lunch. Success, today you made someone smile. Do you see how simple it actually is? And when you can hone that and come back to that truth, that you're literally success in every moment, then you embody success and you feel it within, and you no longer let the outside world define success for you, where you have to prove that you're enough, that someone else gets to tell you whether you're successful or not based on their stories on what success is. Instead, you can realize you're successful now. And whatever you've done, some of you have done similar things. Some of you have done different things. It doesn't matter. Every day there are little minute successes. Success, you parallel parked your car. Success, you park between two lines. It's so innate in who you are. Every time you complete a task, success. We want to be really clear on how this is just a story. The success is not outside of yourself. It's not something you achieve. It's something that you embody. Just like fulfillment. I am successful. Done because I am alive. I am successful because I am alive. Literally. And you may think that we're trying to dumb down success. We're not. We're just trying to make you see that you already have success. And when you already have success, having your next success is easy. Because you've already achieved it. And you are starting to get used to or know what it feels like when you know that you have had a moment of success. And the more you recognize them, the more you will have. It's contagious. You'll see it in every moment. You showed up for a call, success. You spoke up, Success. You shared your idea. Success. You had your first sale. Success. Success is not weighted by how big or small it is. It doesn't matter. Success is success. You have to get better at understanding and celebrating those little moments. Because those moments lead to the big moments. But many of you feel like you're not successful until you get to that big moment that you can't even define. But if you owned right now that I am successful, I've already been successful, and that I am always successful, because every time I breathe, I'm success, then you start to hone and embody that story. And the world outside you just shows you success all the time. And however way you want to experience it. Not from a place of, if I do this, I'll get success. But I'll do this and know I will be successful. Because I create the story around it. And I know I'm already successful. Feels different, we know. But it's important that you get this. Fulfillment and success are in the same bus. Fulfillment is success. Success is fulfillment. They go together, but not in the way that you've been taught. And hopefully today you can see where you may have been stuck in that, and how you can get back to the choice and remembering that you're already successful. That there's nothing that you have to prove. You're worthy of it because you define it. And you choose to know that you already are. That's it for today. We will talk soon. Bye for now.